Hi everyone, welcome to our webinar number 3, creating your marketing calendar for your online store. This program is brought to you by the Garment District Alliance GDA in partnership with Ecom Fashion under their Business Development Collaborative Program. So this webinar is for you if you have an online store and you are selling products online. It's very helpful for you if you have a lot of products, because then you have the advantage of cycling through those products and promoting them throughout the year. This is especially useful to you if you have collections or you create new products that you release throughout the year, especially seasonally. So what this webinar will teach you is to create a marketing strategy calendar so that you will be able to identify key dates where you will be able to tailor your marketing campaigns around these dates. These dates are very important because they have an increase in customer spending, especially during the fourth quarter, for example, when it's Christmas and people are expected to purchase and go online and buy something for Christmas. So, and the most important thing too that this webinar will teach you is to establish a workflow and strategy for your team using this seasonal calendar. So what is the marketing calendar used for? Other than what I mentioned in the previous slide, it's very helpful that you need to identify those key dates where you can make money online through your e-commerce store. You need to be able to identify those important dates that will be useful to you when it comes to promoting your products and selling them online. It'll be also helpful when you will be launching your new collection launches, your new arrivals, so that you'll be able to tailor them appropriately throughout the year. So they're not totally competing with your other campaigns, so that you'll be able to promote them during seasons when there's not much activity online. And of course, the workflow, again, is very important. It will help you to organize and create a marketing strategy for your team so that everybody knows what to do. And you'll be able to assign what task they need to do for your e-commerce store revolving around the campaigns throughout your marketing strategy calendar year. So now we need to identify the marketing opportunity key dates that you will target for when you're setting up your calendar. I have a spreadsheet where I collected the important holiday dates as well as observance dates, and also dates that are prominently used in retail fashion. And on your left here, you can see the lists that are commonly used in online e-commerce. A lot of businesses promote during Valentine's Day, spring, Mother's Day, summer, back to school, fall, Thanksgiving Day, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, season, winter, and of course, the Christmas and the New Year. So if you are a fashion business and you are selling your products online, then most likely you will target these dates as well. But also keep in mind that there are other dates that are important that are not holidays, such as observance dates. An example of them would be Earth Day. If it's especially useful for you if you are selling products that are eco-friendly and you want to be able to take advantage for promotion during those days. Other observance days is St. Patrick's Day. You can pull out all your, say, clothing or merchandise that are like green emeralds and whatnot, and then you can use that day as a perfect opportunity to promote under that observance event. So let's play a scenario where now you've determined what dates are going to be your targets for your marketing calendar year. Now, what does this mean with that information? Because again, this whole marketing calendar is tailored for your e-commerce store, we need to come up with a list of tasks that you will always implement in your marketing campaigns for those key dates. And these are the lists that you will be updating on your e-commerce website. This is updating the homepage, your header announcement bar, your collections, which includes what categories certain products will be put under during these key important dates. As an example, you want to be able to update your bestsellers for key days using Valentine's. As an example, you would want to bring out products that are red or Valentine's appropriate, and then you would create a collection just for that. What else? So social media posting, you want to be able to come up with a strategy for your social media advertising or posts. How many posts will you post during that campaign? As an example, the Valentine's Day from February 1st to February 14th, how many posts will you tailor specifically for Valentine's? This means that you're probably going to use photography that is promoting some kind of Valentine's theme, a lot of reds maybe, or maybe usage of a lot of flowers. So you will identify and think about how to set this up. How frequent will you make your postings for those campaigns? Yeah. Now, discounts and sales. This is important because every time that there's a holiday, generally most businesses promote some kind of discounts or sales on their website. So you need to be able to think about what kind of discounts and promotions will you include on your store. Are you just doing sales discounts as in 20% off? Are you going to do maybe bundles or buy one, get one free? The choice is yours. There's a lot of options for you to take advantage. This extends to promotions again. What other things are you including for that specific date? Are you including, say, for that duration, free returns, or maybe you're going to do flash sales and many more. So you have to consider all these other things to run during your campaign. And most important is your news blast. This is very important to use with the seasonal calendar because you want to be able to automate a lot of these tasks so that they're more simplified. And you can just automate them and let it go, and then they'll just launch and be sent out to your customers. So newsletters are important because when you choose specific dates, generally you need to create a newsletter announcing that promotion for that particular day. But remember, it's more likely that you will create more than one newsletter because you need to promote like a pre-announcement to that date. For example, Valentine's is February 14th. So you want to create additional newsletter or pre-announcements so that you are whetting their appetites as the date approaches. So you might launch one newsletter earlier, a week earlier, and say, hey, Valentine's around the corner. Check out our upcoming sales coming on February 14th. Or maybe you want to run the whole sale throughout that week, right? But you want to keep sending them updates to whet their appetites. Maybe you're cycling new products and showing it to them throughout that week. So let's put it all together. I'd like to use a Valentine's Day campaign scenario to communicate all this information and what you would be assigning your team to do. So let's start again from the very beginning. You'll be able to access my spreadsheet where you can select key important holiday dates as well as observance dates, and of course the more popular ones that are used in retail. And here's an example of other observance dates that you can take advantage of. If you're a female entrepreneur, you want to be able to also promote during Women's Day, or maybe you're African American, there's also Black History Month you can tap into. Earth Day for eco-friendly businesses and products. St. Patrick's Day, you can highlight those beautiful green items that you have, clothing, silk, whatever. Chinese New Year, color red, Pride, rainbow colors. And many more. So you're not just limited to holidays, but also observance days to take advantage of for your promotions. So now that we've come up with a list of or identified the dates that you want to target, which is a combination of holidays and observance dates. Now, what you will do is use any calendar that you are comfortable of using. In my case, in this example, I am using a spreadsheet. I like to use a spreadsheet because of the feature that you can create multiple tabs underneath. And so you can line it up so that you have one aerial view, which is your annual calendar, which shows you an overhead of all the key dates throughout the year, but not providing the details. And then you create individual tabs for each month, such as January, February, March, April, May. My recommendation is that you do not create way down the road all the way to December and start planning that way, because a lot can change. So my recommendation is start planning only quarterly. So January, February, March, and then by March, you're already starting to pull together your team to come up with your next marketing strategies for the next quarter, which would be April, May, and June, and then so on. So you got to make this in reasonable chunks so that you don't feel overwhelmed, and a lot can happen down the road. So that's why I don't advise creating your whole calendar strategy for the whole year. Keep it nice and flexible. But the spreadsheet, again, will be available for download in our online dashboard. But you don't have to use this. Feel free to use your own marketing calendar or calendar. Different companies have different systems and processes, so they might not even use spreadsheets. They might actually use Microsoft or Google Calendar. I don't know. It's all up to, it all depends on the business, what they're using and what your preference are. So going more into detail about this calendar, as you can see, as an example, we've selected Valentine's as one of our dates, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and Christmas, New Year. Those are the really key ones that all businesses should target, which is the fourth quarter. And then you would enter that in this annual calendar. So you have a headshot view of what's coming or lined up throughout the year. Also include your trade shows, because these are like specific dates that you will annually repeat and attend to throughout the year. And then in this other example, I included the transitional seasons, because if you're into apparel and you sell clothes, of course, then you want to be able to update your products for spring, summer, fall, and winter. That's why I included that. But don't make your annual calendar too confusing. Remember, you're not adding in dates here, as in like when you're going to meet with graphics designer, when you're going to meet with and so and so. You just want the key dates that you will be running your marketing campaigns and nothing else. You can go into the details when you click on the tabs at the bottom, like the January, February, March, and then that'll give you more details on the strategy. If there's anything to cover, you can always link documents onto the this certain words in the spreadsheet. For example, you can see Valentine's Day, February 14. If you click on that, then it will connect you and open up the any other documents that you link to that word. So marketing campaign, e-commerce store update checklist. So back on what I said, now that we've identified those key dates and you're sitting down with your team, you need to decide now on using Valentine's as an example. What areas of the website will you be updating? So very briefly, I'm going to go through each one and just give you an idea of what is involved in updating that specific area of your website. Homepage. The homepage is very important because when customers first go into your store, the first thing that they see is the homepage. That's your highest driving traffic. And so you want to be able to tailor your homepage for specific key date events. Again, using Valentine's, Christmas, or whatever, you want to update it so that your main header is promoting your discount, and maybe in bold or something beautiful and eye-catching, it'll say 20% discount sale or promotion, happy Valentine's, and then use code blah, blah, blah. And in your homepage, you'll also want to be updating your best sellers. Maybe you want to promote certain things, so you create little sections in your homepage to highlight those things about your business. Maybe you have editorials, recommendations, where to look, whatnot. That's the perfect time to showcase is your homepage. Make it really catchy, because this is the first thing that people see when they first access your store and they don't know anything about you. And so this is the first thing that makes a big impression to them. Header announcement bar is very important because when there's generally a sale, it will be highlighted there on the very top. The header announcement bar is the bar that appears right beneath the navigation menu. And generally, you've seen this before in other websites. It will announce any promotions or sales, any code that you have to use. And then when you click on it, you can link it to another page with more details. I recommend that if you're running a Shopify store, to activate the announcement bar to appear globally throughout your website, only because you might have users coming in from not just the front of the homepage, but also from other areas. So you want them to see right away that there is a special promotion, because you never know, they might not even go to the homepage. They might just be there because they clicked on a link and then that's it. They don't delve deeper into your site. So make it appear globally so that they can see it. And then you can disable that too right after the event, so it's not too cluttery. Collections, we've talked about collections briefly. Collections are like the categories that you use to organize your products. Since you're running a campaign, you will probably end up creating other collections such as bestsellers, Valentine's picks, and so on. So update your collections, make sure that all the items are updated properly, they're sorted in the correct categories. Shirts are in shirts, skirts, shoes, socks, and whatever. So that's what collections is all about. You will definitely update your collections all the time, depending on what seasons. Because if you want to also apply sales on particular collections or categories, you will need to do that on the collections level, and that's all done in the backend in Shopify. Now moving into social media posts. When you're posting through Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, again, you need to be able to decide with your team what photography, what curated images you want to be posting for your social, and how frequent will you be posting. Since this is an important holiday date or observance date, you want to increase your posting generally because this is the time when most people are going online to buy, right? So you want to be able to market a lot more than quiet season. Because you want to be able to catch them and hopefully convert them, and which will translate to a sale. If that's not possible, then it's all right because you are generating traffic to your store and you are building your brand's image. So everything is good. Discount and sales, we talked about this already as well. You want to decide what your discounts are, what your code is. For example, 20% off Valentine's 2022. That's something that they would need to type in on checkout. Oh, and another thing, when you're setting up your discount, do not apply it automatically on checkout because I've already discovered that there are customers who don't care about the discounts and they are willing to pay full price when they purchase online. Give them the option to enter it manually or not. And another advantage of making it manually is that, of course, this means that you will actually make full profit versus somebody who really doesn't care, and then you made them automatically save on money. So by having it manual, you will make full profit from those that don't care about the discount, and that means that you'll have more money in your pocket. Other promotions is like including bundles, buy one, get one free, free shipping, and so on. So you want to be able to highlight that in your homepage or during your whole marketing campaign. And newsletter blasts, that's a given. We talked about it. You want to be able to start thinking about how many news blasts you will be releasing. If it's a holiday with a specific deadline, like Christmas, December 25, of course, and prior to that, you need to be releasing pre-news blasts all throughout until the final date. So that you are whetting their appetites, releasing new content, and promoting your products as the final date approaches. And based on all that list will also be available to download on our e-commerce store. So, I mean, not e-commerce store, online dashboard. And this Valentine's campaign document is just an example of what you would be discussing with your team based on those checklists. So let's go very briefly, just touching up some key points. As an example, all the way down at the bottom, we know that we need to be updating our newsletter blast for Valentine's Day from February 1st to the 14th. That's how long we're going to run the campaign. It will launch on February 1st, and then our campaign will end on February 14th. So this means that we will definitely need a newsletter for the final date, February 14th. And then, but we decided as a team that we will be launching pre-newsletters, one that will launch at the beginning of February 1st, and then a second one on February 7th. And then it's up to you to think about what content you want to put in. You can promote your Valentine's campaign and say, hey, get ready for Valentine's, it's around the corner. Get a first pick on our products with this discount code, so and so. And then you can start tailoring your newsletter to promote specific products in your newsletters. Other things that you want to update, like the homepage. In this example, the team decided that they'll be using that image of the woman in the pink champagne dress. So these are the conversations that you would need to be discussing. What collections are you guys promoting? Is it a collection, or do you need to just randomly take appropriate Valentine's items and then create a full collection? and then call it Valentine's, and then promote that through a, say, Valentine's pic or Valentine's curated, special, something like that. It's all up to you. So these are the things you need to think about and talk as a team. So again, I'm showing the main annual calendar view. What's good is that based on a document that we put together with our team, you can link it on the Valentine's Day word so that when they click on that, they can get more details on what's going on for that particular campaign for that holiday date, which is Valentine's. Remember, do not clutter your annual calendar with other dates or events. This is strictly for those important dates, observance dates, and trade shows that you are planning throughout the year. You can use any other calendar for planning dates such as meetings and stuff like that. But this is just an annual calendar view so that the whole team can see very cleanly and easily what is lined up and is coming down the pipe. So now that we looked at the annual view, I clicked on the bottom, which is now providing more details on what's going on in February. And as you can see here, this is the part where you can add more details to the things that are going on for February, which is you're running a February Valentine's campaign. And here we indicated when we're going to start running the campaign, which is a Tuesday, February 1st, and then the Valentine's Day, of course, ends on the 14th. We indicated in this calendar when the social post will be made, such as Friday, February 4th, the 7th, the 8th, and the 11th, and also in February 1st. And then a last one on the 5th. So we made 5 posts for social media. And then we also indicated in the newsletters when we're going to be launching those newsletters, that will be the 1st, the 7th, and on the final day of Valentine's Day week. So this is just communicating how you are going to add more details on how you create a strategy for your February calendar. And now let's go through how a team would be developing content. Now, say you had a team member that is a graphics designer, and then you had a copywriter, and so on. So as the graphics designer, this is something that you would be discussing to him about what images he might be needing to use. And you might reach out to the copywriter and say, we need copywriting for our homepage, so can you provide it? Now, depending on the size of your company, certain people might be wearing many hats if you're small, but if you're a big company, you would have dedicated people to do that specific things, right? So in this case, if you're a small company, you'll have to wear many hats and keep it really simple. Most likely, all you can do is just update the homepage and then the header banner. What else? And maybe the collections and some of the copy in the homepage. And then you won't be able to like plan in like more complexly other things for your campaign. So in this example, this is how a team would have created their homepage update for Valentine's Day. They use the pink dress that we all agreed to use for the banner. And then for the promotion, we all decided to use Valentine's Day 20% off sale, and the discount code is VDay 2022. And at the bottom, we updated our best sellers so that we selected more of the pink items and brought them all more to the front. What else? And of course, the header banner at the top promoting our sales in the gray bar is also updated. But have fun with it. You have a lot of flexibility and creativity to choose. Of course, like I said, if you have a big company, you can go out and make more intricate designs and layouts and stuff like that. But if you're a small company wearing many hats, then you would just be able to most likely just update the main header and promote your discount sale right there. Here is an example of a newsletter for Valentine's Day. And as you can see here, it's very simple. Well, not graphics wise, but it's very easy to do this in MailChimp. They created a graphics. And again, this is something that your graphics designer would do. If you don't have a graphics designer and you just are able to use stock photography or product shots of your image, then by all means do that. It all depends on the size again and the size of your team. So in this example, we lined up all products that are rubies appropriate for Valentine's Day because of the color red. And then we add in a good banner for the top and the bottom. And then we announce, the sale. And in this case, the promotion in the newsletter is curated selections for Valentine's. So some tips and tricks to cover for your marketing strategy using your calendar. You want to increase the quality of work, social postings on big important dates. This includes the fourth quarter. The fourth quarter is very important because there is a string of important holidays happening in that period. This includes, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Thanksgiving, and then you have your Christmas, which is the craziest event of the year, and then New Year's. So if you have very limited budget and resources, that's fine. You don't have to really promote on those other times of the year. But when it comes to the fourth quarter, especially December, you want to go right on that date. Increase your budget spending for your paid ads if you have any. Increase the quality of your content, your posting, the frequency of your posting, because these are dates where most people online are really going there to spend and to buy something. You want them to be your customer, not your competition. And for small businesses, I know that it may not translate to sales because you're a small business and you're new, but that's okay. You want to be able to at least take the opportunity to drive traffic to your website and then grow your brand in that way. Don't forget to include other constants in your annual calendar dates, such as trade shows. These are perfect opportunities for you to also display your products if you are participating and will be purchasing a trade show booth to showcase your products and service. If not, you can still attend and network. A lot of those people attending there, it will be a combination of designers with their own products, or there will be manufacturers and stuff looking for clients. So depending on what you are, I'm sure that you'll be able to network there and take advantage of those important trade show events. Remember to also leverage automations to simplify work. If you've ever used MailChimp, then you can automate them, you can set them, and then just schedule them to launch. Similarly, this is also possible in social media. There are tools out there like Facebook, Instagram Studio Creator, and many others. Simplify the work, make it easier for you so that you can start planning ahead, working on them, and then when you're done, you just schedule. Oh, I forgot to mention that when you are actually doing the work, you want a 1 month at least of advance work so that it'll give your team to start working on your campaigns. So an example, if you have a February 14 deadline for Valentine's Day, of course, it's a little earlier because you want to run the campaign for like 2 weeks, right? February 1st all the way to February 14. That means that you would need to start thinking about Valentine's campaign and coming up with a strategy a month or even way earlier. As an example, most businesses during Christmas time begin to start working on their Christmas campaigns, marketing campaigns and updates on their website as early as October. So these are the big brands, and you want to be able to do the same thing because, like I said, Christmas, the fourth quarter is really crazy. So you might need to start planning way ahead in advance for those important dates. Start small and increase slowly in deliverables. Because you might be a small or large business, then you have to take into account what resources you have available to be able to execute these campaigns, right? So if you're a small business, keep it small and manageable and then slowly expand and scale so that you'll be able to do more things to include in your marketing campaign following your seasonal calendar. Track campaign performances and KPIs. So KPIs means key performance indicators. These are just basically like a list of things that you can use to analytically determine if you are actually being successful in your campaigns. So as an example, if you are a small business, sales are very important for any business, right? But as a small business, maybe you're not at that stage where you can command sales right off the bat because you are still a new and unrecognized brand. So what is the next key performance indicator that you can use to understand that you are actually growing and all these efforts that you're doing for your marketing is paying off? Well, one of the KPIs that you can use is your website traffic. You will need to access Google Analytics and see if you are increasing your traffic versus, say, the last month or versus the last year of the same date, right? Or how about social media? How many people have followed you or liked you since your last campaign posts? Or so you want to be able to track this. For your newsletter, another important one for small business that can do sales, is your newsletter actually growing? Are people so interested in your business when you market that they are actually subscribing to your newsletter because they want to learn more? So you want to be able to track improvements through these specific KPIs if you especially cannot command sales right off the start. Track year-over-year performance for campaigns for long periods. So what this means is when you're comparing results, comparing your KPIs, you want to make it reasonable on the way how you compare them. It doesn't make sense that you're comparing the fourth quarter where all these important dates like Christmas is happening, and then you compare it on the third quarter where nothing really happened, right? So that's an uncompared comparison. So instead of comparing them like month to month or season to season, like in that example, you want to do instead a year-over-year comparison. So compare your fourth quarter of this year versus the last year. This way, a lot more of those dates are constant and that you are making a more reasonable comparison. So then you will need to calculate how much was the percentage increase versus last year. Did you increase by 100%? Did you increase 10%? And then this will help you determine if your marketing strategies are actually working. So do a year-over-year performance so that it's more reasonable comparison. When it comes to month-over-month performance comparison, like comparing this month versus the last month, generally I advise that you do this only when you are running a campaign, like say paid ads or something like that, or a campaign that's in a sequence that goes on from week to week or maybe month to month. It's okay to compare them month to month in this example because you want to see when your marketing campaign is fluctuating, when it's increasing or decreasing and stuff like that. So you're looking at a trend versus earlier I said do a year over year. So I hope you're understanding that when you run campaigns and you want to see the fluctuations and changes as the campaigns progress during its time, then it's okay for you to do a month-to-month performance, like you're comparing the previous day and the previous day or the previous month and the previous month. Then it's okay to do that comparison. But when you want to do a year-over-year, that's generally more safe for comparisons of results that you're comparing to the previous year. And making it this way so that the things that's affecting that campaign is kept constant, and it's a very reasonable comparison. So that's all I have for our digital marketing campaign. I've been setting up your digital marketing calendar. If you have any questions, please send them over to alan@ecompassion.com. I'd be happy to ask any questions you have, even outside this topic. This will be our last webinar as we are switching over the remaining 3 planned webinars and converting them to one-on-one consulting instead. There's more traction I've discovered when it comes to one-on-one meetings. And so this is why we're updating the program so that we will just have 3 webinars at the end instead of 5. But if you have any questions again about this webinar or anything about the program, GDA's Business Development Collaborative Program, please reach out to me and I'd be happy to answer you. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. And remember, a lot of stuff that we covered can be downloaded in our online dashboard. And if you need access, just reach out to